Hi friends, it's Suzanne here from sunstampin.com. I'm a Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I want to welcome you to my weekly Wildcard Wednesday video on my blog and YouTube channel. The card designs I share today are a little more technique driven, but nothing too complicated. I also sell the products I feature in this video. I hope you enjoy my free video tutorial and would love to see you shop with me. For today's card, I'm using the Simply Succulent bundle again. As I said in my last video, I raced to complete an online class featuring this bundle because the bundle price is retiring. So as of May the 4th, this bundle will be 10% more. But until that time, it's 10% less. So I am trying to share how versatile this set is so that you can see the possibilities. You're going to be able to create beautiful cards with this stamp set and die. I've put a link in the description box below, or if you're on my blog watching, there's a link below the video to get to my online classes registration page. In addition to the Simply Succulent bundle, I'm going to add the layered circle dies as well. So I have a crumb cake base here, and I have the Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. So you use this differently with your cut and emboss machine. So you use plates 1 and 4. I always stagger my plates. That comes from head office, and they suggested that that helps a lot when you're using your cut and emboss machine. So I went through a couple of times just because I felt like it. Probably didn't need it. I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus to adhere a bumpy texture to my card base, and that is just a really good adhesive. I really like this adhesive. All right, for the 2 circles that I cut out of crumb cake, I'm just using some liquid glue, and I didn't share with you how to cut 2 circles out because I'm pretty sure you know how to do it. I just took 2 circles that were nested together, and I made sure that there was a nice space between them and cut them out 2 times. And then I have these foam adhesive strips is what they're called. And I took them one off of the little packet that it gives and that it comes from. And then I took the release paper off so that it bends a little more easily around my circle. This is a really good tip if you are using this for a shaker card, but that's not my purpose today. I just wanted to give a really nice lift and dimension to my circle. And yes, I could have used dimensionals, but this was far easier. So I always have a pack of these handy. And I'm going to put it aside for now. I'm going to do some stamping. So with Memento Tuxedo Black ink, I'm inking up the 2 succulents. I just put them on one block for ease. I might not use all of them. And then I'm using my blending brush and the new in color called Soft Succulent. So I'm just dabbing on the color a little bit on these succulents, and then I will come in with, it's a new in color as well, blends combo, and it is called Fresh Freesia. So I think this is the light one. I can't read it. Anyway, I zoomed in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just coloring the tips and of the succulents because I guess that's the color I wanted to go with. And I also wanted to sort of purple up the smaller ones a little bit. And then I will come in with my color lifter. So that is a clear pen that has just the liquid, no color. And what this does is it sort of blends and pushes back the colors that I've just colored with my blends marker. Hopefully that you understand that. It sort of just softens it a little bit. All right, so here I am staggering my plates again. 1, 2, 3, the paper, the dies, and then 3 again. And I mean, perfect placement. I'm using a little washi tape there to hold everything in place. And then I'm going in for a second turn. I have the label, a sort of like the lined image one, and then this weird, I think they're called donkey tails. I'm not 100% sure that that's true, but in succulent land, they have these kind of funky looking succulents that sort of hang down. I'm not an expert. I have just done a little bit of research, and I heard that they were called donkey tails, and it stuck in my head. So I'm using StazOn ink to ink up the sentiment, and I love StazOn ink with a red rubber stamp because it gives me a beautiful crisp image. Now I am bringing in my blending brush again, and I'm coloring some of the donkey tails and two of the lined images that come with the succulents die. I wanted to show some versatility on how you can really make this a very pretty card. It doesn't have to do anything with plants. It could be, it's just a different flower if you look at it that way. I'm tapping on the color at this point. I'm not rubbing because these things are pretty delicate, these little fleurs, or succulents, I should say. And then I just darkened up the donkey tail. And then it's just a case of putting all of these components together. It's pretty simple, but there was a lot of component making. So I've put adhesive on the back of one of the one of the succulents. And then that's when I add the lined succulent and then the donkey tail. And then I'm just going to adhere that to my circle. And remember, it's popped up like double of a dimensional. So with this guy, I just used some mini glue dots here. They're worth their weight in gold, aren't they? They really do a good job. I'm using them on the lined succulents because they're just far easier to handle that way. So I do have one white lined succulent, outlined succulent, and then two colored ones. And then I used two more of my smaller succulents, and I've added that one with a dimensional on the circle. And then I did have to find a placement for the other one. And it's so funny because I cut out a lot of fussing here, but I don't know if you're like me, but I always sort of fuss where I'm going to put a cluster. And I love this look. I also love my clean and simple looks too. So, it's, again, this could be clean and simple because it has a lovely little cluster. I don't know. I love them. I didn't use the last succulent though. So I've just put that off screen, and then I've put some dimensionals on the back of that thanks, and that's going directly in the center of my circle. And then I come round with these are called Playing with Patterns resin dots, and I use the mint one because I wanted to liven it up a little bit and show sort of a diversity in color. And then of course Wink of Stella around the circle, the crumb cake circle. And it's funny how when you add the Wink of Stella, how much of a difference it actually makes. This is like completely over the top. You don't have to do this. But boy, oh boy, does it ever make a difference. I find anyway, to me. And then I couldn't stop myself. You have to be careful with Wink of Stella because sometimes the liquid can mess with your lines a little bit. So your black lines. So you want to just make sure that you don't want to move the color too much is what I'm trying to say. And that, my friends, is the card. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf for my blog, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.